Let's be honest, if you hate reading, GMAT reading comprehension can feel like a nightmare. Dense, abstract passages. Academic tone. Time pressure. And yet, this section plays a huge role in your verbal score. But here's the good news, you don't have to love reading to master this section. You just need the right approach. First, understand what the GMAT is really testing. It's not your reading speed. It's your ability to analyze structure, identify arguments, and separate fact from opinion. In other words, RC is less about reading and more about thinking while you read. A lot of test takers make the mistake of reading everything slowly and trying to remember every detail. That's not efficient. Instead, your goal should be to read for structure and purpose. Start by identifying the main idea of each paragraph as you go. Ask, is this introducing the topic, presenting a contrast, giving an example, or wrapping up the argument? That quick summary in your head strategy is crucial because GMAT RC questions fall into two major buckets, general and specific. General questions ask about the main idea, the author's tone, or the primary purpose of the passage. These require you to understand the passage as a whole. Specific questions, on the other hand, refer to a particular line or detail, and for those, you'll go back and reread only what you need. So here's the method I used, a two-pass approach. First, read the entire passage in 90 seconds, focusing on structure, tone, and viewpoint, not memorizing facts. Then, go to the questions. For general ones, you already have a rough map of the passage. For specific ones, return to the relevant part and reread with a purpose. Another thing that helps if you hate reading, don't obsess over tough vocabulary. GMAT passages may sound complicated, but most words can be ignored if you grasp the overall flow. Even if you don't know a term, focus on how it's being used and what role it plays in the paragraph. And don't skim aimlessly. Skimming only works if you're trained to look for logical cues. Contrast words like however or in contrast. Shifts in tone or recurring phrases. That's where the test hides clues about the author's stance and structure. When I struggled with RC, I trained using real GMAT passages and also read one high-quality article a day from The Economist or Scientific American. But I didn't just read, I actively practiced mapping, predicting questions, and summarizing each paragraph in one sentence. Eventually, I stopped reading like a student and started reading like a strategist. And my verbal score, which started out as my weakest, became my strongest. If you want my full RC framework, including a question-type cheat sheet and passage analysis worksheet, you can grab it free inside my ebook, Winner's Guide to GMAT Reading Comprehension. Reading comp isn't about loving the material. It's about learning how to process it the GMAT way. And once you do, you'll stop surviving RC and start scoring from it. Let's get started.